Hello everybody. So what you can do while you were social distancing yourself or self-quarantining, might as well just make a video. So today is my first video. I want to talk about rosacea. How to get rid of rosacea naturally. So I will be sharing some tips that I had been through that works for me because I was struggling with rosacea for about 2 years, and as you can see now, my face got much clearer. I do want to remind everybody that rosacea is not something that you can cure. You can only control it or keep it at bay. Not having it flare up in your skin is not something that you can cure, unfortunately. So number one, you're gonna find out what is your root cause of your rosacea. So for me, it only happened once I've changed one of the items of my skincare routine, and that was the product that triggered it. But when I also go through the whole healing process, I realized it was much more than just what I use on my face. You know, it's also how I treated my face or skincare routine before. How I was just randomly pick something from my face without having to care about whether my face can tolerate it. And then the second thing, which is the most important thing, is stress. What I did, how did I find out? I keep a very close monitor of what I was doing and eating or using every single day, and until I nailed it down to stress, that I found out it's stress that caused the pimples on my face. So tips number 2, you gotta be patient with your rosacea with your skin. It takes time to heal. So when I got diagnosed with rosacea, before I had beautiful skin, and I really had a struggle in dealing with or coming to the fact that I had rosacea. Before, my skin was flawless, and then now my skin got like bumps on the face, and people are saying something about my face. Is that something that I've done? And it was red, it was bumpy, the texture was rough, so it was a hit on my confidence. You gotta really accept the fact that rosacea is not gonna go away like overnight. It's not like a cold where you can take some medicine and then you'll be fine in 5 days. It's not something like that, unless it's like really mild. But that's not the case for me. I had been tackling it for the past 2 years, and now I can finally say that I've managed to control my rosacea. I've managed to get rid of my rosacea. Okay, number 3. So what kind of treatments you can get for rosacea? So I've gone through a lot of treatments for me, and it seems that nothing works for me. Now, when you go to see a doctor, then they will get you diagnosed, and what I was prescribed was some antibiotics for about 2 months. 2 months antibiotics. I think at one point he even he even gave me 3 months of antibiotics. So I also did Chinese medicine. The doctor would give me some cream to put on to calm down the skin, the pimples. I used all of them, and I also did some laser treatment to make the redness go away. I did all of them. Don't get me wrong, I did all of them, and it didn't work for me at all. At one point, I was just so frustrated that I just stopped using everything. So how did I get rid of my rosacea naturally? Again, I'm gonna go back to point 1. Once I found out what my root cause is, which is stress, and also the things that I use, I really focus on it. So what I did a lot of things to de-stress, and I start looking into what caused the stress in my life, and it opened up like a Pandora box, a box of worm, which I find out I was actually stressing myself quite a lot, and at the same time, when I was diagnosed with rosacea, I also got digestion problem. So all of this is a sign of my body telling me that, you know, my body can't take it anymore because I was stressing out every single day, every time something comes up. So that was my treatment. Really, I know it sounds a bit not helpful, but that was the path I got down to. You know, I was having all this kind of treatments, and at one point I got some laser for the face to calm down the redness of my face, and after 2 weeks it all comes back. You know, my pimple starts to come back and everything. So at the end, I really naturally you know, use how to de-stress, meditation. I was searching myself, going inward to really get down to, you know, where the stress is coming from. And then the second thing, skincare. So as I mentioned earlier, I wasn't present to what kind of skincare I was using. Not that I was not taking care of my skin. I was a skincare junkie. You know, I used all kinds of stuff because I was interested. I was curious. So when I realized I was just randomly picking stuff based on what I think would be good for my skin instead of what is actually good for my skin. So I dialed down my skincare routine to something more natural, something more mild, and I still stick to it today because I see that, you know, it works for my skin. So you gotta find out, you know, what would be beneficial for your skin. So hopefully you find these tips useful. I really hope that everyone can get rid of the rosacea at the end without much effort and hassle. But again, you know, you're gonna reflect what caused your rosacea so that you can get rid of it, get rid of your rosacea. And if you have any question for me, you can ask me, you know, what did I use and all that. So I'll be sharing what kind of skincare treatment or routine I used in my next video. So if you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. If you want to, you can also subscribe to my channel. This is my first video. So stay safe in this situation, this coronavirus, and I'll speak to you again in the next video. Bye bye.